I'm Anil Kumar sharing with you questions from previous test paper on inverse of a function. The question here is, function f of x is the single point 2, 5. What is the distance from f of x to f inverse x? We have almost the same question here. Function f of x is the single point 6 minus 2. What is the distance from f of x to f minus x? Well, except for the points, the statements are exactly the same. So let's see how to solve such question. You can also pause the video, try it out, and then look into my suggestions. Okay, we have a function which has a single point. That is interesting, right? This function has only one point, and that is 2, 5. That is possible also, okay? Now, it says, what is the distance from f of x to f inverse x? Well, if the function f of x is 2, 5, in that case f inverse x should be what? 5, 2. So basically, we are finding distance between these two. So we can say distance d and apply the distance formula, which is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square root, right? So let's apply this formula to get the result. We can say, well, it doesn't matter. You can take any point as the first point. So let this be the first point, that to be the second point. In that case, difference in x values is 5 minus 2 whole square plus difference in y values. You could write either way. Since we square this, it doesn't really matter, right? So 5 minus 2 is 3. 2 minus 5 is also 3. So what we get here is square root of 3 square plus 3 square, right? 3 square and 3 square, which you could write as 2 times 3 square square root. Purposely I've written like this since now you can solve it as 3 square root 2. Do you see that? So you get the result as 3 square root 2. Now you can adopt this method and solve the second question, right? So let's do it. Now in the second question, what do we have? F of x is a single point, so we'll have f of x as equals to 6 minus 2. F inverse x will be what? Just swap x and y, right? So we get minus 2, 6. And the distance, using the same formula, no difference at all, 6 minus 2 whole square plus minus 2 minus 6 whole square root. And that gives you, that is 8, right? So 8 square plus 8 square, which could be written as square root of 2 times 8 square, and that is 8 square root 2. Is it okay? So we get that answer. Now looking into these two questions, can you find the solution for a general one-point function? Now let's say f of x is the single point a minus b, right? So I'm writing a minus b. What is the distance from, so I've generalized this question, right, to f inverse x. Can you tell me? Well, so this is very similar to this situation, and if you go through these solutions, you understand. In this case, when one of them is minus, the term is, outside term is, add them up, right? So the answer is, for this one, a plus b, right? A plus b, square root of 2, right? That is what the solution is, right? Basically, it is difference of the two, a minus b, but minus minus makes it plus. So here it was 2 minus 5, which was 3. Do you see? Absolute value, right? So that is a general solution for such a situation. So the distance between a point and its inverse will always be difference of the two, absolute value, square root 2. I hope that makes sense. Thank you and all the best.